He's waiting by ByuN spawning. In the bottom left-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing his new team, Virtus Pro. It is Classic. And you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets in the chat for who you think will claim the series, who you think will make it to the finals. Will it be our Protoss or our Terran? Will it be ByuN or Classic? Let's go. I did mention the vetoes and the map order earlier, and I do think that the map order is going to be a little bit more difficult for Classic this time. This time we are going to be avoiding some of the larger maps, and we're going to be embracing some of the smaller maps instead. So that is going to favor a more aggressive style. But that also goes both ways, right? It means that from ByuN and from Classic as well, they can be a little bit more aggressive here on this map and potentially find more success. So we'll see how our players adjust. For example, last game we had a Classic going 2-gate blink into a fast third on Maganatha. Makes sense on these larger maps. On Ultra Love, we might go for a higher gateway count and a later expansion to compensate for just how small the map is. We'll see. Ultra Love is an interesting one. On the one hand, it is a smaller map, but there are so many choke points. There are so many choke points, so many ramps as well. Because of this, we actually do often see longer and later games on Ultra Love, just because if a player can get up to a 4-base setup on Ultra Love, they can wall up. They can slow the game down, and they can bring this to the late game. If we can reach a certain point, then the late game is almost confirmed, almost secure. But we'll see. Again, Classic is not afraid to be more aggressive and more assertive. Not afraid to be in your face as well. So now we're just going to be expanding. We do have our economic opener out of ByuN going racks into CC on the low ground. We're building up. Go. Some players are going to be settling in. Meanwhile, Twilight Council opener out of Classic. So Twilight Council into Blink. To be expected. And ByuN likewise going for his own 1-1-1. No reactor to Hellion. Is going to reactor Marine, which means he can actually go for a Marine drop alongside those Widow Mines. I know that ByuN is quite fond of it. We'll see if he commits. Hellion does slip out. Bearing in mind that ByuN did skip his Reaper, so he's going for the Hellion Scout instead. How many gateways? So far we have a 2-gate setup. No 3rd gateway yet. And yeah, you can see ByuN is getting position, going for his Marine Widowmine drop with said medevac. Classic is going for his 3rd, so he's going for a 2-gate blink to a 3rd base. A very greedy build here by Classic. We'll see if he can get away with it. As he does spot the drop, does spot the move out. Behind this, ByuN going for Cloak Banshees, investing into Cloak this time. Is going to commit that much harder. Classic trying to catch up the medevac. Oh my god. Does get a volley off. Does zone away. Nice positional play here so far by Classic. Zones away the medevac. Hellion rushes past. Hellion does slip into the main. Meanwhile, Classic still keeping up with the drop. Boys are being pulled. Hellion gets 2 probes. It's okay damage. 2 workers. As Classic is still just chasing that medevac. Oh! As he hunts down at least the Widowmine. Widowmine goes down. Banshees are building up. We're not just getting one, we have a second Banshee on the way, and Cloak is almost complete. And the question becomes, is there detection? The answer is no. Because of the build that Classic had gone for, he did delay his Robo. The Robo just now completes. We need that Observer as quickly as possible. Banshee's moving in. Still no observer. Uh-oh. There's Cloak. Heads for the mineral line. Still 0 observers here for a classic. 0 detection. Banshee goes in. Probe's going to be going down. He gets 1. 2 probes already. Observer's being chronoed as we speak. Getting it to 4. Getting it to 5. 5 worker kills. And remember, there's still a second Banshee as well. It's at home. Never mind. I assumed it was also going to hit the 3rd at the same time, but no, staying at home instead. Regardless, 5 probe kills, nice damage. And this, oh, here comes that second Banshee, but this time the observer's in position. He gets 1, he gets 2 probes. Oof, does get away. Just barely get away. West Classic keeping up with that. A Banshee. Oh! Gets a couple of shots off. And the Banshee is finally going to go down. Getting 2 more probes. That's what, 7 in total. So nice damage there with the Banshees. ByuN is slipping out, going for another drop. Meanwhile, Classic is securing himself. He's on a full 3-base saturation. Behind this, working towards charge, +1. No splash damage yet. He should soon be going for a ByuN for Colossus production. As for now, he's gaining map control. Does at least hope to. ByuN is going to be diving in. Sims on forward, going for the Artosis pylon. Oh, he will depower most of the gates. Gateways are depowered. At the same time, here comes the main army. We just forced a recall, and Classic is completely out of position. Not where he needs to be. Classic, he does get into the main, getting some Zealot harass. That's nice and all, but the 3rd is gone. There's no saving this. The 3rd base is going to go down. Classic caught with his pants down completely here. That's a free expansion. Classic trying to engage. Nice force fields. Very nice. Locks down some of the army. Marines, they just stim in. They do get eyes on the 4th. Classic getting across the map. Trying to get some counter damage as well, but the SCVs, they get pulled away in time. ByuN is holding. So otherwise they're popping off, and Classic, he needs more damage. He's committing. He's moving out. He's moving out across map, trying to catch whatever he can. And they will find some of the bio. Bleeding out Stalkers. He bleeds out some of the army. Colossus is on the way. Again, a really scrappy game state here for Classic. The prison's being hunted down. No more warp-ins. No more reinforcements. ByuN defends on 2 bases. And we get a tank drop? Wait, what? What's happening? Why are there tanks? Get out of here. ByuN. I mean, he does get away. There's no Stalkers, thankfully. Oh my god. Sieging into the 3rd. Going for the Colossus. Uh-oh. Colossus does take a lot of hits. But this has not been worth it. We'll lose 2 of his tanks. And with that Classic, he does hold at least on 3 bases. ByuN is still on 2. 3rd CC just now being taken on location. I still give the edge to ByuN. 3 base versus 3 base. That does favor the Terran. So ByuN up in economy. Now moving in. No shield battery. Zealous will take some tank shots, sorry, some mine shots to the face. The mines, they pop off. Nice cutting against the army. With Classic, he does hold his own. Does hold, does defend. As it all settles, as ByuN is building back up, I still do favor his momentum. his army getting into Viking production. I say that, but Classic is getting up to 3 Colossus. It's almost there. So he's got his Colossus out. He has +2, true. With the Viking out being low, ByuN, he has no good answer to the Colossus. Not yet. Vikings are on the way. Classic, he's committing. No 4th base, not yet. A couple of Zelsay do get into the mineral line. They head towards the base. Vikings arrive. Nice target firing. Gets one of the Vikings. One Viking goes down. Oh, the Zealots, they get annihilated by those Widow Mines. Barely any Zealots left. Here comes the Warp In. Warp In just in time. Nice control. Nice juggling. The Colossus, they just rain down on the army. They've done so much here for this force. For Classic, and he's done it. He's done it. He breaks through, takes down the main army. And at the same time, 22 SCV kills. The Zealots, they popped up. They cripple the economy. 23 SCVs going down. And the Colossus, they survive. Again, the Colossus, they reign supreme. Vikings, too little too late. Boys are being pulled, coming in from behind. They go into the Colossus. Once again, nice control. Does kite back, saves the Colossi. And Classic, he will overwhelm. He will overwhelm this. A GG gets called. And Classic, forced into his all-in, does break through. Does take game number 1. Whew. GG. Classic, he does take a lead in the series. Again, ByuN did a great job when it came to knocking down the 3rd base, when it came to dealing economic damage and harassing across the map. But he wasn't quite able to break the 3rd, the new 4th. The new 3rd base. The new 3rd base, he wasn't quite able to break that. He also lost his tanks across the map, which was a little bit wasteful. It meant that he had that much less to defend back at home to secure himself. He was vulnerable with that. GG. GG, well played. Classic does take a lead. And now we're going to be loading into a larger map. Now, part of the reason why the game was so chaotic, and there was so much going on at once, right? There were pushes moving out from both sides, from both players, workers going down from both players as well, bases going down. It was very chaotic, very intense, very messy game. Here, this map does kind of favor more standard and safer play here. We spoke about how small Ultra Love was. It led into that kind of game state. Here on Tokamak, that kind of aggressive style is going to be a little bit more difficult to pull off. We'll see if ByuN can bring it back regardless. I'm hoping for the ace match. I'm hoping for a game 3, but the pressure is on ByuN. Let's go. Let's go as we are loading into that 2nd game. Here we go. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Shopify Rebellion. Down in the series, we'll see if he can attack, we'll see if he can recover. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Virtus Pro. It is Classic. And again, I'm hoping for a game 3. I'm hoping for an ace match. The pressure is on ByuN. We'll see if we can bring it home. So we are going to be settling in. As a reminder, last game, Classic did open up 2-gate blink into a 3rd, and he was almost punished for it. Again, he had a bit of a hard time keeping up with the first wave of Banshee harass. Like, a lot of probes were going down, and he also lost the expansion as well. But again, the rush distance by ground is longer here on Tokamak, and I wouldn't be surprised if Classic goes for another economic opener again. Like, again, the map does kind of favor that kind of style. We'll see. Now it does go for the probe scouts. ByuN going for an economic start. 1 gas. Single gas opener. So ByuN going for the faster CC. Classic just being as annoying as possible. It's being an annoyance. It's poking in. Classic pokes in, does pull away. We And this Cybercore is almost done, and we're about to get into our tech of choice. We did see Classic open up Stargates on Pylon against Cure, which was surprising, to say the least. Could do that again. I mean, it was punished for it. You know, ByuN is checking for proxies, does scout the third location. And yep, there it is, Stargate. Stargate opener out of Classic again. He did this in game 2 against Cure on Pylon, and here is doing it as well, game 2 against ByuN. And I do like this choice, specifically on Tokamak. We saw that Cure did a great job at punishing Classic on Pylon, but Pylon was a smaller map, a shorter rush distance by ground. It does favor more aggression. It's more difficult to defend your third and fourth base on Pylon. Here on Tokamak, the bases are more secure. Despite that, ByuN can still punish, still pull this off. First things first, though, the Stalker does get across the map, takes down one of the Marines. Oh my god. Gets one, we'll get two. Two Marines go down, the Stalker taking a lot of hits, and the Stalker should fall. There we go. Despite that, Classic parked underneath the CC, just being so annoying here. The Shade as well takes down all the Marines. Oh no, it's gonna land. No, it doesn't. Jesus. Again, Classic with one Stalker, with one Adept. He will heavily delay the natural base here of ByuN. Ay. Taking down another Marine, and he can take down another as well. Oh, this is out of hand. This is so much damage. It's what, 6 Marines? 6 Marines, 1 SCV, 0 mining at the natural. Boys are being pulled. And finally, ByuN can expand, but this is a 4-minute natural. It's so incredibly late. And the biggest problem here, first things first, no scouting. Remember, there was no Reaper, there was no SCV scout, there was no Hellion either. So right now, ByuN, he has no idea what Classic is doing. And remember, Classic is being greedy, going for a Stargate. This means there's less of a chance for ByuN to punish. Even if he scouted, he couldn't be able to. Just because he's so delayed. So a very strong start here for Classic. Again, Classic, he's at his most vulnerable early on when you open up Stargate like this. And he's getting away with it. You know, ByuN, he does open Raven. No medevac, no drop play. As the Phoenixes, they're waiting for any kind of harass. They're waiting for what comes next. Remember, ByuN, he has no idea. And ByuN is just playing blind. At this point, he's just playing blind, just turtling up back at home, getting to stim into his tank production. Raven is still staying at home as well, as he doesn't know what he's going to be moving into. If Classic wanted to, he could have gone into Colossus. He could have gone like Phoenix Colossus straight up. Here he goes for a safer response into Charge instead, into delayed Colossus production. Meanwhile, we have 5 Phoenixes. And remember, ByuN, he hasn't seen this until now. That's why there are no turrets. There are no turrets. There's nothing in position. Phoenixes, they go for the middle line, and SCVs are going down. Classic just having his way with ByuN here, taking down 5, 6, 7, 8 SCVs. Getting to the 9, getting to the 10. 10 SCV goes down for 1 Phoenix. ByuN does at least get 1, but that is still a better trade for Classic. And again, that was the first that ByuN had seen of the Phoenixes. Now we get turrets. Now turrets are on the way. Turrets being thrown down. And Classic, he's safe. He's safe to now take up into Colossus, get a 4th base. Classic, he has so much freedom in this game. And ByuN has to make a choice. Okay. ByuN has to make a choice. Do we go for a 2-base all-in? He already has a 3rd CC. Oh god, never mind. He already has a 3rd CC. Which, I mean, this does mean that he can replace his economy, he can replace those SCVs, but what should have been an economic build is turning into a build that really allows him to keep up and to sustain himself. He doesn't have the economic lead that he otherwise would have wanted. This also means, because of the faster TC, before the 3rd racks, there's no push. There's no push. Ay. Nice mine shot. Mine shot goes off. Classic, he can just take the 4th base, and again, he shouldn't have any issues with holding on to the 4th. He's building up his Colossus count. Zealot Rumbai is getting ready here for a counterattack. I say that, I mean, he just wants that Winter Mine. And he'll not just get the mine, takes out the Marines as well. Oof. Takes out that takes out that entire force. Doesn't lose anything. So we'll lose 1 observer at least. ByuN, he now claims his 3rd. But ByuN is in a rough position. We spoke about this earlier in the previous series in Cure's TvP against Classic. How, I mean, this matchup, it is quite momentum based. And once you get this kind of momentum early on, it's so difficult to recover and to make up for that. So difficult. And it goes for either player, for the Protoss or the Terran. And here it's in favor of the Protoss. Now, Classic doesn't have to push into this. He has to calm down. Like, remember, Classic, he's getting a 5th base. He's getting a 5th base up and running. Classic building up into +2, extendable lance, blink, more Colossus, 2nd Robo. Like, Classic does not have to push into this, and he shouldn't. Like, there's no reason to. He just has to calm down, chill, back off, and Classic will be the first to max out. Just has to play it slow. He's ready for a Zealot Rumbai, don't get me wrong, but doesn't have to move his main army into tank fire. Because that would be a way for ByuN to take a better fight, and for ByuN to recover, is for Classic to lose his army. But Classic just has to calm down. Disruptor's now on the way. We can see Sensor Towers here for ByuN, so ByuN again is just turtling up. It's all he can do. Just turtling up back at home, snipes the Observer. We can see Classic, he's fanning out his units here. Likewise, a Doom Drop is another way for ByuN to come back in this game, so it's so important for Classic to throw down supporter pylons, and that's exactly what he does. Pylons are on the way. Zealots are fanning out, probes are fanning out to ensure that any drop gets spotted. And Classic getting a 6th. So he has double the base count, getting it to 6 bases, throws down 8 more gateways. The one thing that we're missing is a 3rd Robo. But even then, he has no extra gases, so he can't even afford, like, triple Robo production. And Classic, he will max. Now, when Classic maxes out, that would be the time for Classic to start trading and start pushing into this. Like, slowly but surely. It's not going to be the best fight for Classic. It's not going to be the most efficient fight. But remember, Classic, he has double the base. He's getting a 7th expansion. Like, Classic, he can afford to trade in efficiently, to back off, bleed off his Zealots, and then just replace. Just warp in, like, 12, 14 Zealots at a time after trading. That's all the Classic needs to do. Now he pokes in. Collapsing on the army. Nova goes off. Ooh, brutal connection. And Classic, he bleeds off some Phoenixes, bleeds off some Zealots. These are all good things. Prism, ooh, gets thrown away. A little bit wasteful here for Classic, but he can just warp in. He can just keep going. Going for the CC. It's going to be a cancel. Here comes that Zealot Rumbai into the mineral line. Oh, taking down 9 SCVs. And more SCVs going down. Classic bleeds out a Disruptor. But as long as he can contain ByuN on 3 bases, that's all that matters. That's all that matters, just contain him. And again, he's on how many? He's on 19 gateways, by the way. He can warp in 19 Zealots at a time. Forcing some friendly fire. Nova's going off, going connected with the tanks. Ay, ay, ay. Now, ByuN, he will catch out the Disruptors and a Colossus. Not bad. Takes down 2, 3 Disruptors. Takes down almost both Colossus. But again, 19 Zealots at a time. Remember that. Like, that's what matters here. As Zealots, they just file in, they overwhelm, they swarm out of control. The Swarm toss back, he takes out all the tanks. What matters is the Gateway Army. And there it is. Oh, God. 19 Zealots at a time. Like, Like, these trades, they don't matter. He can throw away his army and just remax it almost instantly. I will say that, again, a third robo would be ideal for Classic, just saying. Third robo would be nice. ByuN, and now he does finish the CC. He's now landing his fourth. Now, this is where things get a little bit more serious. Classic, he cannot allow ByuN to expand like this. He needs to deny and delay this expansion even longer. Because if ByuN can get this up and running, ByuN can max out. If ByuN can max out, ByuN, he can have a more efficient army, he can take a fight and then counterattack, right? And then just counterattack, get across the map and look to end the game. That's where the economy in the bank matters that much less. Goes down. Nova's going to be going up. Oh my god! One connects and one is all it takes. Takes down all the ghosts. Yeah, the army crumbles. ByuN, he has almost nothing left here. Has to pull away. Pulls away with what little is left with 2 Marauders. Zealots, they do try to hit the 4th, but alas, army's in position. That was still a better fight for Classic. Took down how many ghosts? Took down 4. 4 ghosts just went down. And here come the Zealot Warpins. Nice EMP. EMP goes off, sniping Medivacs. Stalkers, they have to pull away. At the same time, oh my god, at the same time, Zealots bust into the mineral line. Planetary's not ready. And we get another 14 SCVs. Again, Classic just taking advantage of his larger army. The reality is that it's just supply. Like, it's just the size of the army here. Classic, he has enough to attack in both locations at once. ByuN does not. ByuN, he just doesn't have the numbers. Just, they're not there. Just not mathematically possible to defend both the 4th and the 3rd. He has to pick and choose. And with that, he will lose the mineral line. He's muling his heart out, trying to hold on, trying to survive. Oh. Novas, they pop off. They shut down the buy. Oh god, we take the Novas to the face. The Novas are brutal. And Classic, he has done it. He has done it. I say that he doesn't have enough Zealots here. He's lacking Zealots. Lacking those Warpins. Where are they, by the way, as we're going... Classic taking one of ByuN's bases on his side. Let's go. Taking both golds. Yeah, here come the Zealots. Oh. Classic a little bit trigger happy there. And again, just chasing down the army. Diving on the Marauders. Not the best trades here from Classic, but he doesn't need them to be the best trades. ByuN, he's holding on. Good, more Zealots warping in. At this point, it might be worth getting more gateways. Getting up to like 25-ish gateways. Let's pop up. Classic is maxed out. He has a lot of supply. Oh, he has a lot of supply in workers, actually. It's not helping. Oh. Yeah, likewise, not the best trades with his chargels either. ByuN, he's holding. He's holding. And I don't fault Classic too much yet for not taking. He does have the economy to, and likewise the bases to like work towards Sky Toss if he so chose to. Nova's going up. Nice target firing on every single disruptor. Oh my god. Disruptors go down. He does warp in Stalkers. Stalkers are not helping too much here. Yeah, rough fight for Classic. He bleeds out, what was that, 9 disruptors? 7. 7 disruptors go down. I think maybe 1 Nova connected. A very rough fight there for Classic. And again, the high Stalker count, it doesn't really, it's not amazing here. He needs more charge lots. There we go. Does focus on the Liberators. Zealots, they trade much better here. Catching out the Marauders and catching out the Ghosts. And this is the fight that Classic was hoping for. Oh, as he takes out almost every Ghost. That was 6. 6 Ghosts going down. And that makes up for the previous fight. Like, this is what he wanted. Oh my god. ByuN going for the gold. This is where, like, unironically, we could do with more gateways, just because we're trading so often. It's classic. He needs more warpins, needs more gateways. 19 is not cutting it. As there we go, he will still overwhelm, takes the fight, he will take over the CC, and GG gets called. Classic, he will break ByuN, and Classic will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. Classic, he will claim the series, he will overwhelm. Again, Classic at a very strong start. You could see how everything snowballed out of control. When it came to the opener, when it came to the first Stalker and first Adept getting across the map, that dealt critical damage early on. It did slow ByuN down, and the follow-up going into the Hidden Phoenixes was also brutal. You remember when he revealed himself, he was able to get economic damage and contain ByuN. It was just a really rough start for ByuN. ByuN, he just never had any map presence whatsoever here. He gambled a little bit when it came to what he was hoping that his opponent was going up to. He was hoping it was a Blink Stalker based opener, not Phoenixes, and yeah, in the end, ByuN got punished. Classic was allowed to be so greedy, and even though, again, as you mentioned, he wasn't trading very efficiently, he wasn't taking up, it was fine. Like, he had a high enough base count, he could just keep trading. He could just keep trading. Like there was no need to transition into Colossus or transition into Tempest. He was far enough ahead where just non-stop warpins were enough. My biggest criticism towards the end, not enough gateways. He only had 19. I feel like getting up to like 25 or something would make warpins more consistent and make things a little bit cleaner towards the end. But regardless, GG, did overwhelm, takes it. Does take it in the end. And now we have our PvP finals. Up next, we have Hero versus Classic in a best of 5. Let's go.